Welcome back to the Graham Stephan Show. My name is Graham and welcome to my show. And first I need to address something actually kind of serious. You guys might notice that there is a Starbucks on camera. This is actually a Starbucks coffee, and yes, it was purchased, and yes, I paid for it, and it was for a joke. It was for an April Fool's video, but because this video is being filmed on April Fool's, we're posting it later, I'm gonna put a Starbucks right there, just so no one gets upset. So today we got this episode here. It seems actually kind of interesting. It's titled, Living in a $1,300/month apartment in New York City. Wait for it. Unlocked. So anyway, guys, I'll review this video from the perspective of a real estate agent, a real estate investor, and someone on YouTube with too much time on their hands. So with that said, guys, if that sounds like a good time to you, make sure to hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Now, let's begin.
Being a special ed teacher, this rent is super comfortable for me. I'm endlessly grateful that I have this.
Is that her place? Wait a second, we're 6 seconds into this and already I'm like, there's no way she's paying $1,300 a month for this place. This is really nice. For $1,300 a month, I imagine like 400 square feet in Manhattan. Not this, jeez.
My name is Hattie. I'm 29 years old. I live on the Upper West Side of Manhattan.
She's got a Ramsey. Look at this, we got a tuxedo kitty. Literally looking exactly like Ramsey. Almost exactly like Ramsey. Ramsey has the white under the chin, he's got the white paws, she's got a that's cute.
In a 2-bedroom apartment, and I pay $1,300 a month in rent.
This is an incredible spot. I gotta say, like, I would be more than happy to live there for $1,300 a month. Look at this. She's got like the parquet wood floors. I love the paint. The decor is perfect. How did she get a deal like this? I feel like the only way to get a deal like this is if your grandma went and rented this spot back in like the 1960s and then like snuck you onto the lease agreement and then you've been under rent control the entire time where this place is worth like $5 grand a month. I don't know, this is too nice.
I am a special education teacher. I'm also a part-time interior designer and part-time Instagram blogger.
Oh, that makes sense. That's why her place is so nice. She does interior design too. And a good job at that. I mean, it's a clean looking spot.
I think my favorite thing
Look at this. This is the new design they're all doing. Look, it's a rug on top of a rug. It's the new style. I don't quite understand it. Looks okay to me, but that is the new style I've noticed now. Rugs on top of rugs.
And that was my biggest goal when doing all my projects.
Oh, our socks are too dirty. Look at that. That's the first thing I noticed. That's what happens when you're walking around too much in your socks, either without cleaning the floors, or if she goes and walks outside in her socks and then comes back, she shouldn't be putting those socks on that couch though. You don't want to get the couch dirty.
So the layout is unique. You just don't see a hallway like mine anymore. I really love my pantry area.
Oh wow, look at that glossy paint. That is the glossiest paint I would have gone with a flat paint. If it's not in the kitchen itself, go with a flat or a semi-gloss. I wouldn't have gone full gloss. You're never supposed to go full gloss unless it's in the bathroom.
I am a lifelong New Yorker and also lifelong Upper West Sider. Before we lived here, we lived in another smaller apartment, and then we moved here when I was 10, and I have been here ever since.
But she's lived there since she was 10, so yeah, that's why. This place is probably worth $4,000 or $5,000 a month. She was probably put on the lease agreement from a smart family member, and the landlord can't do anything about it. The landlord's probably sitting there pulling out their hair being like, I could get $5,000 a month for this, but I can't. Until she moves out, which, come on, realistically, she's never gonna move out of that spot. As just someone who wants to help her save money, I'm gonna tell you, like, just live there as long as you can. This deal is incredible.
When my parents moved into this apartment, it was a rent-controlled apartment, but because they took over the lease, it became rent stabilized. We're not able to remember the exact number of the rent when we moved in, but I've tried to look back as far as I can in paperwork, and I can definitely say that it was under $1,000.
Wow. So here's the thing. In New York City, I don't know the exact rent increase allowable, but I think it's anywhere from 2 to 4% per year, and that's it. So if it's $1,300 a month right now, bump it by, let's say, 3% maximum per year, and that's it. I don't know how they got her on the lease agreement though. Because here's the thing, typically you don't put children under the age of 18 years old on a lease agreement. And then by the time they want to put her on the lease agreement, the landlord could just say,
no, I'm not putting her on the lease agreement. When you move, she's got to move too.
Because otherwise what's going to happen then is that she'll spend her entire life there. The landlord won't get the full price. And now if she has kids, guaranteed, maybe she tries to put them on the lease, and then it's just like this perpetual $1,300 a month place. Now I say this, of course, as a landlord, and for her, I listen, I tell her, don't move. She's got the ideal situation here. But that's probably what's going through the landlord's mind. I'm curious how she got on the lease agreement. 2%, that's not even inflation. And part of me, listen, I've been very involved in the whole landlord business. I'll tell you, the landlord's expenses, guaranteed, are going up more than what the rent increase is going to be. So even though she's paying 2% more, guaranteed, the landlord is going to have to pay higher taxes. His property taxes are going up higher than that. His insurance is going up higher than that. The building is getting older. Repairs are getting more expensive than that. There's no way that's profitable.
This exact apartment, a couple floors up, went 2 years ago, I believe, for 38, maybe 36, but around that range.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, for her place, looks very similar to like 4,000 plus per month, especially the way she's done it. It's nice.
My mom was also a teacher, so that's the reason that they got this apartment, and then they hung on to it for me because they knew it would be just such a great deal for me.
How can they transfer the lease to her? I don't get it. I don't get that at all, how they could do it. Legally, I'll tell you, when you sign a contract, you sign it with the people who are on the lease. That's it. No one else could be added onto the lease without the landlord saying okay and signing off on it. You can't just go and say,
well, I've been renting this place, I'm going to transfer the lease over here.
Because then what happens if you sublet it, then typically in lease agreements that's not allowed. So that's a violation of the lease agreement. And then the lease gets canceled, the landlord could rent it out to somebody else.
So I live in a really old building. This building was built in the 1890s, and I have absolutely zero amenities, but that's okay with me because I would much rather have space and charm.
1890s, gosh. Listen, I'm thinking I'm here living in old spots in Los Angeles in the 1920s. To me, coming to Las Vegas and having a new construction, that was like unheard of. Can't imagine the 1800s. Those places are cool though. I love the early 1900s architecture and the style, everything about it. I love it.
The main thing I wanted to do was to undo all of the weird renovations that other tenants had done. They had built walls over pocket doors. They took out original glass inserts in doors. And I just wanted to kind of restore all that and get it back to its original charm.
Who does that? Just people take stuff like this, and to me this is like a diamond. It's a gem. And what they do is they go and they're like, oh, we need the gray laminate floor, gray paint, everything. Let's put a drywall through that. Oh no, we don't need those original tiles. Let's throw in some subway tiles. It just looks like crap. They've ruined these places.
So this is my foyer. I recently painted it. I wanted to create definition from this room.
I love that color. I mean, obviously, as you could kind of see here, I went with a darker color. I love this though.
So this is my library room. This used to be my childhood bedroom. I used to have it painted purple, and pink curtains, pink everything.
Look how much different it looked like. Wow, what an improvement. She really did a number on this place that turned it around. Look at from the before and after, not even recognizable.
This is my living room / dining room. It's where I do my TV watching and meals eating. Probably my favorite purchase that I've ever made is my Samsung Frame TV. Right now it's off and it's in art mode, and you can set it to any art you want.
Wow, that's cool. I want one of those. It's an art TV. That's neat. That's cool. Gosh, you know what? They should be doing product placement here. Like, now I want one of those. Don't you? We need an affiliate link to that.
Now we are standing in the master bedroom. This was the first room that I made a bold color choice in, and I chose to do a dark navy paint for the walls.
I love it. The only thing I don't like is the tile around the fireplace. That looks too Home Depot-y for me. If it were me, I really would have tried to source some like late 1800s, some sort of tile or brick or just something around that I think would look a lot more authentic than that.
It's not real marble, it's just contact paper.
Oh, that's contact paper. Yeah, no, just get some nice tile. Listen, I think for the price you're paying, go and just do a brick veneer on that. Would make it look so nice. Some really old, like just some really old brick over top of that would just bring it out a little bit more.
So one of the first things I think I bought for my own apartment after my parents left was this light fixture. I just saw it and I thought it was really cool. They're tassels. I changed every single light fixture except 2 so far. I wanted really modern.
I like that one. That one looks more authentic to me. I'm all about authenticity with a place like this. But you know what? To each their own. I just would want to make this as true to its original time as possible.
So this is my pantry, or butler's pantry, I guess you could call it. This here is a dumbwaiter. It's no longer functioning, but back in the day, you'd be able to put stuff in it and go up and down to other apartments.
That's so cool. I miss, like, I was about to say, I miss that, like, as though I was alive in 1890. But no, but like, stuff like that is just cool. It's cool.
So here is my tiny kitchen. I like it.
Oh, wow, that is really tiny. They basically just put the kitchen, like, as an afterthought in this place, because everything else is so big. And then you go to the kitchen and it's just like, you know, tucked away in a corner. It seems pretty dark.
So this is my bathroom. It is very New York City. I've done some work in here a few years ago. There was a big leak down into the apartment below, and they ended up having to replace all my pipes, and it was like a 7-month-long disaster.
Yeah, I bet they spent like multiple years worth of rent basically just fixing that bathroom. It's expensive.
So this is my hallway. My mom's first career, she was an art historian, so she collected a lot of art, and I put these candle sconces up on the walls that came from my grandparents. And one time I have lit all the candles and it was really cool, but then the fire alarm started going off, so unfortunately that's not an option.
Oh, I love the candle idea. That's too bad that you can't just light the candles from time to time.
I definitely see myself staying in this apartment, or at least keeping it as my primary residence forever.
Yeah, no doubt. You're gonna keep that place forever. Your kids are gonna keep that place forever. Their kids are gonna keep that place forever. I just want to know how they transferred the lease. How do they do it? There's no way a landlord willingly transfers the lease. My guess is that back then when they signed the lease, subletting wasn't a thing, and they're doing that now. That's my best guess.
I think by having this apartment, I do feel a little bit tied down to New York City. And sometimes I look back and I kind of wish that I had spent more time in LA where I went to college. Maybe if I had stayed there for a few years after.
This is what happens though, and I'm open-minded when it comes to a lot of this sort of stuff, but rent control, contrary to popular belief, actually dries up the housing supply and makes the housing shortage worse, because you have people that are locked into these lease agreements that don't want to leave. So basically what they're doing is they're staying put in a lot of these places. The housing problem is way worse. And so when something does come up on the market for sale, it's so expensive. There are a lot of studies that have been done on this. I'll save it for another time. But in her situation, she's doing the right thing, I think, by staying there as long as possible. But unfortunately, the downside of that is she's got to stay there. Once she gives that up, she's never getting that again, unless she's making a lot of money.
I would be insane to give it up, but I would love to keep it for my kids one day if they want it.
Again, how could she just keep doing it? Wait, there's no way. There's no way, because then what's stopping her from just subletting this indefinitely? There's got to be something to it. I bet somebody watching can help explain this to me a little bit, not while I'm filming a YouTube video, but let me know and I'll read all the comments and I'll heart the one that sounds the most official.
So with the money I save on rent, I would love to one day be able to buy a fixer-upper upstate. I love DIY, I love design, so that's my ultimate dream, to just get like an old farmhouse and have my way with it.
Yeah, listen, great episode. I'll say, from the perspective of both her, the apartment, the design, the aesthetic, the appeal, I get it. I like everything about it. I can't say anything bad about it, because it's, to me, oh, you know what, the glossy paint. I do not like the glossy paint. I would have gone with a semi-gloss, or maybe just a flat green would have been nicer, but that's just personal preference. And the stickers around the fireplace, listen, at the price she's paying, just go and put brick in it, make it look nice, be done with it, and that's what I would have done. So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to destroy the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Also, feel free to add me on Instagram. I post there pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there, as in the podcast, The Iced Coffee Hour. New episodes being posted every single Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time.